For NATO pilots trained to fly MiGs, learning to fly the F-35 is far too much to grasp, former F-35 test pilot says. More and more European militaries are buying the F-35 fighter to update their air forces. The arrival of the F-35 fighter means pilots in those air forces have to learn to fly a more advanced jet. And former F-35 test pilot Billy Flynn said, "That isn't an easy change for pilots used to Soviet-made jets." The F-35 stealth fighter is fast becoming the fighter jet of choice for many European air forces, due to its technological and operational advantages over other available airframes. 8 European countries either operate the 5th-generation fighter jet or have placed orders for it. More countries are in discussions to acquire the jet in the near future. The increasing number of F-35 in Europe means more pilots will have to learn to fly the jet, but the F-35's technological superiority means some pilots, especially those trained to operate Soviet-made aircraft, likely won't be able to make the change. Among NATO's 30 members, only Bulgaria, Poland, and Slovakia still operate Soviet-era aircraft. Of those three, Poland has the most, with 23 operational MiG-29 and 12 operational but obsolescent Su-22. The rest of Poland's combat fleet is made up of 36 United States-made F-16. In 2020, in an effort to modernize its air force, Warsaw ordered 32 F-35A, and it has an option to buy 16 more. The mix of Western-made and Soviet-origin aircraft reflects Poland's political history as a member of the Warsaw Pact during the Cold War, and now as a member of NATO and the European Union. Yet that mix will also make it harder for Poland to integrate the F-35 into its fleet, according to Billy Flynn, a former Canadian Air Force lieutenant colonel and senior F-35 test pilot. In an interview with The Aviationist, Billy Flynn explained how Polish pilots will struggle to move between those different aircraft. There's very much the Russian, Eastern Bloc mentality versus the Western F-16 cadre in the Polish Air Force, and the pilots in each cadre do not cross between them, Billy Flynn said. Flynn said any pilot would face a leap in transitioning to the F-35, one of only 4 fifth-generation jets in operation around the world. F-16 pilots, or the Western cadre, in the Polish Air Force would be able to transition to the newer jet, as many pilots in other air forces with the F-35 have done, but the Polish Air Force's Eastern Bloc of pilots won't be as fortunate, Flynn added. Asking even a very capable MiG-29 pilot to transition to this cosmic spaceship is far too much to grasp, Flynn said, referring to the F-35. The F-16 and the MiG-29 are comparable in terms of capabilities. Although the MiG-29 is primarily an air superiority fighter, and the F-16 a multi-role aircraft, both are fourth-generation fighters. The Soviet jet was in fact built as a response to the American F-16 and F-15. But transitioning from that Soviet-made jet to modern US fighters requires more than learning new capabilities. It also requires adjusting to a totally different design philosophy, which makes such a transition practically impossible, according to Billy Flynn. Flynn told The Aviationist, "Every part of how we mechanize the aircraft in the West is different from how Russians design their aircraft. Every part of philosophy of how you fly an airplane, how you design cockpits, how you process information is different." In contrast, it's easier for an F-16 pilot to switch to the F-35, both of which are designed and built by Lockheed Martin, as the stealth fighter is a logical step forward, Flynn said. To say to an F-16 pilot, "Hey, we're Lockheed Martin, and we build the aircraft certain way, and switches certain way, and now we're going to give you the next generation of that. There's a logic flow of our design, of the F-16, as the baseline. That kind of looks like what the F-35 is," Billy Flynn said. That does not exist for the MiG cadre. The inability of MiG-29 pilots to make the jump to the new era is a sign of their aircraft's approaching obsolescence. Poland, Bulgaria, and Slovakia already struggle to keep their MiG-29 up to date. Poland has maintained its MiG-29 contingent on par with its F-16, but as time and worsening relations with Russia make replacement airframes and machine parts harder to find, the last 3 NATO MiG-29 operators are slowly phasing out the aircraft. "I think the Polish MiG cadre will end up atrophying, spending their time in that jet until the MiG-29 phases out," Flynn said. With militaries embracing of the F-35 fighter and other advanced jets, there is no place for the MiG-29 pilots in the sophisticated world of fifth-generation aircraft, he added. F-35 is the most versatile fighter in the world. F-35 was designed as a family of fighters sharing common technology. The Air Force variant is several times more capable than the tactical aircraft it replaces at air-to-air combat, air-to-ground strikes, suppression of enemy air defenses, and collection of reconnaissance. The Marine variant adds to these features an ability to land and take off vertically, while providing close air support of ground forces. The Navy variant can carry large bomb loads to greater distances than legacy aircraft, nearly 700 miles without aerial refueling. All 3 variants host advanced electronic warfare systems and other technology suitable for engaging in information operations.